Well, it's another hot day here in Bangkok, Thailand. And today we're in Benchasiri Park. And what I want to talk about today, guys, is the 5 reasons why YouTubers are suffering here in Bangkok, Thailand. Stay till the end because I'm going to give you my own impressions and my own opinions of what's happened to me and the issues that I've had with YouTube. So let's talk about this subject. Why do I feel that YouTubers are suffering here in Thailand? Over the last 2 to 3 weeks, I've had a number of conversations with other YouTubers I know, and what I'm finding is that there's a lot of hardships going on, here in Bangkok, Thailand, and I'm sure it applies to YouTubers all over the world. But let's just talk about some of these cases. One of the YouTubers that I know has been struggling with the fact that he's not getting the traction that he wants. He's running out of creative ideas, which you would think would be hard to do in such a giant city or even here in Thailand, but it's a lot simpler than you think. We just run into stumbling blocks, creative blocks, where you just can't think of anything and you just don't have any ideas. So that can be really quite difficult, and sometimes it overwhelms us because we're constantly trying to come up with ideas of what to make, and every time we look at something, somebody else has already done it. And of course, everything's been done, but it's got to be you putting your own spin on it, and that can make a very different video that will appeal to a whole different audience. Then there's one of my favorite YouTubers here in Thailand, and this person has well over 100,000 subscribers and obviously deals with mental health issues. And he's made it quite clear, and he's talked about it in his videos. And there's a lot of mental health issues for YouTubers, for all of us. We've all suffered from it. I'll talk about my own later in this video. But this person, who you would think has so many subscribers, makes amazing videos, he's still feeling depressed because sometimes his videos that he puts so much effort into don't get the views and don't get the likes that he thought they would, whereas some videos that are not as important get all of the traction. And a lot of us in the YouTube community have seen that happen. We put so much time into a video, put research, hours, days, and it just fails. And then we do something silly like a video about nothing and it starts doing really well. So sometimes there's no rhyme or reason, and it does make it a little bit difficult. Even if you're a big YouTuber, I know guys who have over 400,000 subscribers, and they're also a bit stuck in a rut. So it happens to pretty much everyone. So even if you're out there, you have a small channel and you're struggling, know that the big guys, they're struggling as well. And anyone that tells you that it's smooth and easy all the time is absolutely lying. So you need to find yourself somebody else who will tell you honestly that there are hardships, there are pitfalls, there are down days. It's not all unicorns and, rainbow farts. Unicorn rainbows, rainbow unicorns, farts, you know what I'm talking about. There's another very big YouTuber I follow, and I'm going to mention his name because he made a video about this very public. It is Nate from Channel Makers, and Nate makes amazing videos about how to improve your YouTube channel, how to grow it. He has courses, just really good stuff. You should check it out if you're a YouTuber. But Nate talked about the issues that he's been having lately, all the way down to where he had suicidal thoughts. So it's really hitting people in all categories, small, large, it doesn't matter. People get depression and sometimes they have a hard time. And Nate was talking about his issues with YouTube and the constant need to create, and also how he decided to take a break. So I'll actually link his channel down below in that specific video. So I would highly encourage you to check it out if you're having any issues with YouTube or with mental health about that aspect. There's a lot of YouTubers that have very small channels, like, a couple hundred subscribers, and they're making great content, but they're just not getting that traction. And there's so many reasons why. And that's one of the next things I want to talk about. I want to talk about the reasons why the YouTubers here in Thailand are suffering. Okay, so let's talk about reason number 1 why I think YouTubers are suffering. There is this constant need to have a home run, to have a viral video. You want to make that video that's going to get you that 200, 300, 400,000 views, and that's going to blow up your channel. It's not going to happen. That is just extremely rare for that to happen. I have one video that's got 400,000 views, and while it spiked my channel for about a month or two, eventually everything came crashing back down to where it was before. So striving for viral hits, wonder videos, it's not going to happen, and you can waste so much time working on it every day, whereas you should just go out and just make the content that you enjoy, talk about the things that you like, and you'll get a lot farther that way. Okay, let's talk about reason number 2 why I think there is a number of YouTubers that are suffering here in Thailand. You see, it's very easy to go out and party here. There's bars, there's go-go clubs, there's all sorts of places. And alcohol flows freely here at all hours of the day. So it's very easy to get addicted to that nightlife and to drink a lot. Constantly drinking and partying and just kind of sometimes wasting their days away because recovery the next day is never pretty. As I mentioned before, I stopped drinking alcohol 8 months ago. I probably had 7 or 8 drinks in the last 8 months. And there was one day here in Bangkok that I went out with a friend of mine and drank too much and definitely felt it the next day. But I'm going to take another break, a long break, because I just don't like the way it made me feel, and this is why I stopped drinking for 8 months. But alcohol is absolutely one of the major reasons why there's so many problems here, especially like we're talking here in the context of YouTubers, because you get sidetracked and then you're just blowing your days away because you're recovering and you're not being productive. Okay, on to reason number 3 why I think that YouTubers are suffering here in Thailand. There is this constant need to create. You're always trying to make your next video better than the last one. And every time you make a video, you're hoping it's gonna, surpass the last one. So it's this hamster wheel where you're constantly going in the circle, trying to create better and better content. And when you don't create a video that becomes like 1 out of 10 or a really high ranking video, people get depressed. You get bummed out. I know I have. When I make a video and it doesn't do well, it's a little disappointing. It's not the end of the world, but it's definitely a little disappointing. But for some people, that could be a completely crushing blow, and it could just make them completely stop creating. So that is reason number 3 why I think YouTubers are suffering. Okay, now let's talk about the 4th reason why YouTubers are suffering here in Thailand, and that is directly because of YouTube. You see, YouTube constantly hounds you to upload new videos. If you don't upload for a while, it'll start telling you that, hey, you haven't uploaded a new video, you need to upload. And that becomes really kind of addictive because YouTube has its ways. A lot of people also use YouTube Studio, which I do as well. It's on our phones. We can look at all the statistics every minute to see how our videos are doing, whether they're going up, going down. And it's this constant addiction to information in general that just drives us to constantly pursue and create more and make better, or it makes us depressed because we look at our stats and the numbers aren't doing well. I think that is one of the big reasons that people are having issues with YouTube. And now for the 5th and final reason why I think that YouTubers are suffering with content creation, here in Thailand and actually anywhere. This is just my personal opinion, but I think one of the most important things you can do when creating any kind of content is to get the audience involved with you. You want them to be interested in who you are. Put yourself on camera. Talk about yourself. Not in a narcissistic way, but the audience wants to know about you, wants to see you. And you really kind of have to sell yourselves. I mean, making videos is kind of a sales game. And one of my whole goals has always been to kind of promote myself in a very genuine way. You guys don't get any BS from me, any like, hey guys, what's going on? No videos like that, because it's just not my personality. So it's really important to do that. And I think there's some people out there making phenomenal content. Their creative ideas and their quality of their edits is so much better than mine 10 times. But some of these people don't get themselves involved in the video on an emotional level where they bond with the audience and when they engage with them. And that is what I think is missing a lot of times. And I think that's why some of these YouTubers are suffering, because they're not getting the views and the exposure that they want, because people see those things, but they don't get an attachment to that person, so they don't want to come back. And one of the goals is you want to make content that makes people want to come back. And if you make content with yourself as one of the main subjects in there, people get interested in you, so they'll come back and watch you do things they normally wouldn't care about because they enjoy you. So I'm giving you now kind of a tip of how to solve that last problem, but I firmly believe that it helps. And yes, there are tons of channels out there that the person never shows his face. They do extremely well. There's always an exception to the rule. Okay, now let's talk about my experience here in Thailand with YouTube. Before I left America, I had just hit 4,000 subscribers about 4 days before I left. My channel was growing extremely slow, maybe 150 subscribers a month, and most of my videos were getting 500, maybe 600 views, and that's after 3-4 months of being up on YouTube. I arrived here in Bangkok, and within 4 weeks of publishing my first video, I was at 10,000 subscribers. You guys came and subscribed and followed me in droves. I'm still not sure why. But I had great success. It was wonderful. I was happy. I was moving. I was going places. And then it died. The next 6 weeks after that, my channel only grew by about 1,500 subscribers. My video views started dropping, the comments started dropping, and maybe everybody moved on to the new kid in town, I don't know. But I could definitely see that things were not going well. And they're still going so-so. Listen, I'm not complaining. I'm extremely happy with where this channel is going. I'm so thankful for all of you. But at the same time, sometimes I make a video, it doesn't do well. Yeah, it bums me out. I'm pretty stubborn though. When things get tough, I always kind of push forward. And I've had people tell me that I'm not going to succeed and that my content isn't good. And that makes me laugh, and that makes me just want to succeed even more. So never listen to the naysayers out there. I've had these same challenges. I'm constantly trying to make new stuff. I'm trying to stay away from a lot of the common touristy stuff because I'm trying to do different things. But there are some things that are interesting to me, and if I go to see them, a lot of times I feel like, oh, I have to record it because I'm here. I have to show it. So you kind of fall into that trap. Well, I think it would be criminal for me to make this video about the reasons why YouTubers are suffering and not give you some resources and some solutions. I don't know all the answers, but let me give you some tips and advice that works for me. You know, number one is make content about things that you enjoy. If there's a subject out there that you're doing it just for the views, that is not the right reason to do it. Go out and make content that you enjoy about subjects you like, because that'll come across as so much more genuine and sincere, and people will absolutely enjoy watching that more. Number two, don't get caught up in the numbers. Don't compare yourself to other people. Comparison is the theft of all joy. It's so easy to look at somebody who's doing extremely well and get bummed out. You know, don't be that guy who complains here in Thailand that you don't get any views and that you plan such great videos and then go to the Philippines and then start complaining there because you're not getting enough views. Don't be that guy. Nobody wants to be like that. You want to just constantly improve and strive to move forward. Every little success helps. Surround yourself with people who are your level and above. This is extremely important. Find some other YouTubers who are doing better than you and encourage them to help you and talk with them and get ideas from them. Those people are walking banks of information for you. So always find people that are doing better than you and learn from them. Another super important thing is just give yourselves a break. Take a break from YouTube. Put the camera down. Go somewhere. Get away for things. Don't think about making videos and refresh and reboot. Anything in life like that. It's very important. That wasn't smart. So anyways, guys, those are some of my tips for you to improve. If you're in the YouTube game, if you're in something else, whatever, hopefully this video has given you some insight into some of the issues that some of the YouTubers run into, the issues that I run into, and I hope you enjoyed this content. You know, if you like my content, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, hit the thumbs up. Again, if you hate my content, give it the thumbs down. You know, I'm okay with that. If you got a nasty comment, leave it to me. I enjoy reading those as much as the nice ones. I'm going to throw up some of my videos up here, guys. And until next time, as always, please don't forget to take care of yourselves. Bye.